What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So to start off the video, I actually wanted to talk about something that I wasn't really planning on talking about this, but a lot of people have actually sent it to me. And I honestly, looking back at it, now that I'm able to look back at it in hindsight, it's actually kind of funny. It's kind of, honestly, I think it's a little ridiculous that this is even news and that so many people are talking about this. But I wanted to start the video off talking about Forever 21, including Atkins bars in their orders, and in doing so have made a lot of people mad. People are basically accusing Forever 21 of fat shaming people, because a lot of people are saying that when the story first broke, I guess you could call it, people were saying that they were getting these sent in their plus size orders, so orders that were over like 1XL, and they were basically saying Forever 21 is trying to shame us into losing weight, and we feel that's wrong. And so this picked up a lot of traction. A lot of people have been talking about this. So this is an article about the whole ordeal from Elite Daily, so I wanted to read it to you guys. Over the past week or so, a popular clothing retailer has come under fire because of a freebie it sent out with some online orders. And despite the recent apology and explanation, we'll get into that a little bit in a second, the whole ordeal remains exceedingly cringeworthy. I agree 100%. Forever 21 responded to the drama over Atkins bars being sent out to some shoppers via an interview with BuzzFeed News. Now, I'll be the first to say that I think that this was definitely a stupid idea by Forever 21. I don't see much good coming out of this. The reason being is just the current climate that we're in, the current culture that we're in. A lot of people are very fed up with the diet culture, for good reason for a lot of people. Totally understand that. Because I really think that this wouldn't have been a big deal or even reported on if they were sending, you know, say regular chocolate bars or regular granola bars or something like that with the orders. I don't think it would have been a big deal. But because Atkins has always been, and people always will see it, I believe at least, as a weight loss company, a company that's, you know, focused on trying to help people lose weight, which is, you know, fine, you do what you want. But when you try and force that on people, again, especially with the current climate that we're in, you're going to get backlash, and that's exactly what happened here. Moving on, diet bars included in clothing orders. I have no words to express how inappropriate this entire situation is, but people on social media had several words to say. Unsurprisingly, a slew of Forever 21 shoppers began expressing their similar upset on Twitter last week, asking the brand what the heck happened to these bars being sent out. And then there's a few tweets here of people being upset at Forever 21. Forever 21 is sending out diet bars with clothes you order, and that's insensitive. Holy crap. Like, how about we don't make someone negatively reflect on their body image when trying to just order some new outfits? So to a certain extent, I do agree with some of the outrage or some of the people that disagree with this. Again, I don't think that it was a good idea. I don't see why they felt like this would be something that would work out well. I think, especially like if you were to put yourself in someone's shoes that maybe is a little bit overweight or maybe even a lot overweight, to see like a diet bar or something that you assume is a diet bar, right? Because I've looked into it and it's more like a protein bar, but still, when you see Atkins, you're going to think weight loss. To see that with your order, I can agree, that would not feel good. That would not be a good feeling. And so I do see why some people are upset, and I do see why this was not a good idea at all. And the next one says, I went from being a size 24 to a size 18, still a plus size girl, so I ordered jeans from Forever 21. Opened the package. When I looked inside, I see this Atkins bar. What are you trying to tell me, Forever 21? I'm fat, lose weight. Do you give these non-plus size women as well? Now, this is where the controversy really picked up the most, because a lot of people were stating that Forever 21 was only sending these bars to plus size women. And if Forever 21 did that, that would be, I think, the stupidest and most insensitive thing to do. I know there's people that are gonna be like, well, that's good, they should send it to I disagree with that. I think that would be, especially if you're a brand that's they're trying to sell clothes to anyone they can, right? That would be a very, very stupid decision for them to make, and luckily that is not what they did. There is a statement here by Forever 21 where they say, from time to time, Forever 21 surprises our customers with free test products from third parties in their e-commerce orders. The freebie items in questions were included in all online orders across all sizes and categories for a limited time and have since been removed. This was an oversight on our part, and we sincerely apologize for any offense this may have caused to our customers, as this was not our intention in any way. So again, like Forever 21 said, they didn't intentionally just put it in plus size orders. I think that if you actually thought that was going on, that is a little too far, I think, for... I think that would be just so absolutely ridiculous. Like, I can't actually imagine that happening. So, but still, I mean, without a doubt, I still think it's kind of funny and in a like, what were you thinking kind of way that Forever 21 thought this would be a good idea. No matter what the bars were, again, I don't think they're actually like weight loss bars. People, when they see, you know, Atkins, or when you see Weight Watchers, when you see all those different types of diets, you automatically assume weight loss because that's what they've been for decades now, right? So it's going to take a lot more time to maybe switch your brand from being a weight loss diet brand to maybe a lifestyle brand. And this was definitely not the way to roll that out. And I think they kind of deserved a little bit of the criticism they got. They made a mistake. They made an apology, and it seems like, I'm sure people will forget about this in about a week or something like that, but I really did want to talk about this because a ton of people have been sending me this. And then the next thing that I wanted to talk about was something I actually did on Instagram that, again, people were upset with me, so I just kind of wanted to share this with you guys and explain my train of thought as to why I shared this. This was the tweet that I shared. So what it says is, when a veterinarian says your animal is overweight, do you put them on keto, intermittent fasting, or a detox? No, you don't. You reduce their consumption, increase the quality of their food, and exercise them more. Read that again. So in that post, a lot of people, whenever keto is in a post, people get really, really upset because it seems like people that follow keto or do keto are they're very tied to that diet, which is fine. Like, I don't have an issue with any diet that you're doing, especially like if you're trying to better yourself and you're trying to improve the quality of your life. Do whatever works for you, 100%, without a doubt. The reason that I posted this, one, I thought it was kind of funny. I love animals, so I like when there's memes about animals. But the reason that I posted this was, all I'm trying to say is that people, they focus so much on these small little things that maybe don't need to be focused on before they've gotten the basics down. And when I say that, what I mean by basics, I truly believe that you need to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. That is the most important thing. And a lot of people, they focus on keto or like intermittent fasting, which I don't have an issue with intermittent fasting either. The cleanses I do have an issue with, but with like intermittent fasting, I actually have used that in the past because it helped me get into a deficit. But if you are treating intermittent fasting or keto or whatever, put any diet, Atkins, right, if you want to put it there, if you're putting that above the caloric deficit as the reason that you're losing the weight, I think you're missing the point. Because I think it's very important to understand why you are losing weight before you're putting all your eggs in one basket. A lot of people put all their eggs in the keto basket and they're saying keto is the reason that I've lost weight, which it could be a reason that it's helped you stay in a deficit, right? You not eating carbs has helped. It's made it a lot easier for you to be in a caloric deficit, which in turn has helped you lose weight. The reason I say this stuff is because, especially right now on social media, a lot of people have very strong opinions about pretty much everything, and I just want people to understand that when it comes to weight loss, it really is simple. That doesn't mean that it's easy. It's very, very difficult to lose weight. I truly do believe that, but it is simple. It's calories in versus calories out, and I mean, a lot of people are going to argue me on that as well, but I think that if you understand that and you really focus on that first, and then if you want to be like, okay, I got the calories in versus calories out thing down, now maybe I want to add in intermittent fasting, or maybe I want to start doing keto because I realize that I like to eat more fatty foods instead of foods that are full of carbs and sugar and stuff like that. That's fine. But I think you need to understand the basics first, and then if you want to expand on that, then that's fine. So my friend Michelle actually left a comment that explains how I feel pretty well. She actually has a channel here on YouTube called My Thoughts Will Probably Offend You. So, go there if you want. But again, her name of her channel is My Thoughts Will Probably Offend You. So her comment goes, this is what people are upset over. My God, some softies out here. We all know everyone can't follow one diet. He's basically making a point that when people want to lose weight, they do some intense stuff first that usually burns the individual out. I agree with that. Rather than the basics. The basics in most cases will have a huge change lowering the calories. I've had so many people who have never monitored their calories a day in their life decide to do a 1 month only juice diet or post states about keto, things like that. Yeah, do that. Most people fail. Start with the basics. That's what this post is saying. Focus on the basics first and then move on from there if you feel like you need to. I really think that most people don't need to do that. I know a lot of people do get upset at me because I talk about keto and I talk about how I don't think it's necessary, but at the same time, like I truly don't have an issue with any diet that's helping someone become healthier. I just have an issue when people start preaching that that diet is the end all be all, and if you do a different diet, you are an idiot or something like that. Like, that's what I don't agree with. And I know after saying that, a lot of people are going to say, well, you preach what you do all the time and you say that the other things aren't necessary. Like, for me, I don't really consider, calories in, calories out a diet. It's just, if you burn more calories than you eat, you're going to lose weight. That's how any diet works. So I think that you should find out what works for you and eat the food that you want to eat. But again, start with the basics first before you jump headfirst into something that's maybe unsustainable for you. But there you guys go. Those are just the couple things that I wanted to talk about today. I would love to hear your opinions on both of the topics. I'm always interested in that. I really appreciate you guys watching today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.